Here at Deutsche Bank, we have always placed great emphasis on life safety in our office environment. Today, you're about to see an example of this commitment with this educational program, which will hopefully train you in the proper response to a fire or any emergency condition. Unfortunately, as we all know, threats to our society have escalated, and our response to these circumstances now require more sophisticated reactions than ever before. While today we will emphasize the basics in terms of proper response to alarm conditions, we will also introduce new means of reacting to emergency conditions, showing the actions needed to remove yourself from harm's way. Each one of us must be involved in this process of education and awareness.
As a global financial services firm and market leader in securities, investment management, and credit services, Morgan Stanley provides a safe environment for its many employees throughout the world. In the heart of New York City, Morgan Stanley's property located at 1585 Broadway is an exciting and productive location for our employees to conduct.
Security personnel constantly patrol throughout the building and are present in all critical building areas. All security personnel are in constant contact with the security control room. From here, activity throughout the building can be monitored and guards can be dispatched to respond to any situation. Video cameras send information to the control room 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Cameras are located at all critical operational and card access areas. Access cards are needed to enter the building and to gain entrance to any floor. This is one way to ensure that only authorized personnel have access to critical building areas. These cards are issued to all staff by corporate security. There are many life safety features located within Deutsche Bank's property at 60 Wall Street. Each floor in our building is covered by a sprinkler system. Sprinklers are extremely effective and offer a high degree of protection in high-rise buildings.
Shelter in place. Shelter in place means that we should not leave the building in response to certain emergency conditions. In fact, in most cases, you will not even be asked to leave the floor. Here, too, our warden teams take the lead in this response. There are two types of circumstances that may trigger a shelter-in-place reaction. The first of these events is a chemical, biological, or radiological threat that is outside of the building. Our property management personnel are trained to immediately shut down all outside air intakes and dampers, and then await instructions from law enforcement. Elevators are immediately returned to the lobby, where they will remain stationary. All employees are asked to stay at their desks, with no access into or out of the building, as we seek to insulate ourselves from the threat of outside air contamination. The second type of event applies when the building is threatened with an outside explosive device. Shelter in place then means that all employees will in-building relocate to the central core of their floor, away from the windows until the crisis is resolved. In-building relocation for this and other circumstances may mean moving to another safer floor within the building.
If you ever see smoke or fire, immediately go to the nearest exit and activate the fire alarm pull station. While on your way to the exit, you should alert others so they can exit also. If you're not on the ground floor of the building, proceed to the stairwell and activate the fire alarm pull station. Feel the door for heat. If it's not hot, look in the stairwell for evidence of smoke or fire. If it's safe, enter the stairwell and proceed to the ground floor. Never open a door without checking it first. If a door feels hot, don't open it and use another exit. Upon reaching the ground floor and exiting the building, you should proceed to the closest assembly point.
In the event of a medical emergency, getting help quickly is critical. Stay calm and call a Code Annie. The nurse will come to your location along with the Code Annie team and attend to the person in need.
In the case of a staff member or student found unresponsive, which means they do not wake up after being shaken and/or having their name called, the Code Annie procedure needs to be activated. All you have to do is call the nurse's office to activate the Code Annie. Remember, please remain calm. Again, if there's a medical emergency in your area, stay calm and do what you're trained to do. Knowing what to do in any situation is the key.
Thank you for watching and learning about our emergency safety guidelines. Now you know that we plan for many different types of emergencies and the importance of listening to the directions you are given over the PA system by our safety team and your teacher. Also, now as you perform many safety drills that we practice throughout the school year, you now have the background as to why you are responding the way we ask you to do so. What makes our safety program work is communication. Communication is the key to our continued success. So if there's something that you are unsure of, ask.